Hi guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a super cute video for you guys today. I was going to do my Facebook Live last Wednesday, and that was when Facebook was shut down for whatever reason, and I wasn't able to do it. And I'd already made this super adorable, cute treat box. I love this box, and can you guys see I used the Wink of Stella on the flowers there. So I'm going to show you really quick how to make this box. Now I feel like it kind of coordinates with this card that I shared with you guys a couple of days ago, so I think it would make a cute little gift set. You know, you could give somebody the card and then have some little treats in the box. So we will get started. I'll show you. I'm using the Painted Season stamp set and the 4 Season framelits. And I'm also using that beautiful DSP, and I'm not sure where mine is. I thought I had it. Okay, I don't know where mine got off to. I'm looking all around my room because I have been using it. Hold on a second, I think I just saw it. Oh, this is a brand new one. I'm trying to find the one that, here it is. Hold on guys, I've got it. Oh. That was hard. Okay, so this is the DSP. Sorry about that, guys. It's Painted Season Designer Series paper, and it's double-sided, like all of our DSP, or the majority of our DSP is. This one is my favorite, and this one here is a very close second. This one's going to be beautiful in the fall for cards. So, okay, let me put that back. We will get started. So we need a piece of cardstock. I'm trying to get my Simply scoreboard on here where you guys can see what I'm doing. So we have our base is 6 1/4, so it's 6 1/4 by 11. You're going to turn it on the long side, and you're going to score it at 1 1/2. Make sure I got the right end of my stylus that I'm using. You're going to score it at 4 3/4, 6 1/4, and then 9 1/2. And I hope that was 9 1/2. I don't know why that was moved there. It was kind of blocking my view, and I missed it right there, 9 1/2. So I'm just going to kind of make, oops, and I jumped. I might have to start over, guys. And then you're going to turn it on the short side and score it at 1 1/2. I hope those messed up score lines doesn't mess me up later. And 4 3/4. I'm not sure why that. I think I found it laying by my Big Shot. I think it accidentally popped out when I had moved my scoreboard, and I just put it in any slot. And now I wished I would have paid attention and put it in one that I wasn't going to use. So I'm trying to see, I think it's this one I need to score on. I tried to make it a little bit more prominent so that way I would know. You guys will get the gist of it. Okay, so then what we're going to do is grab your paper snips, and we're just going to trim up, and then on each of these smaller ones we're just going to trim away just a little bit, just do a little bit of a notch. So you're going to skip the big one, and we're only cutting on the small tabs. I felt like my finger was in the way. It scared me for a minute. And then we're going to notch that one, and then we're going to come in and notch this one. Okay, now I have to make sure I'm paying attention. It's this first one. Boy, I messed this all up, you guys. I don't want to waste my paper. Okay, might have to trim a little bit more on that when I go to put it together if it's not folding up right. So we'll see. And then let me look and see if it's the first one. Okay. And then a notch, and I should have cut further over because that's probably going to mess that up. We'll see. I'm going to notch that one. finish this one and our final one. And just notch that up a little bit. Whoops. And then, I'm not a very good notcher, guys. Okay. So then what we're going to do is fold all of these in, and you can determine, I'm going to see where my bad score mark is. So I think I'm going to make that be my bottom and front, so that way it's less noticeable. So grab some Tombow, and then we're going to put glue on this tab and on that tab. And then you're just going to fold that up. And I like using Tombow. You could use tear and tape, but I like to use Tombow because if you don't have something aligned correctly, you do have some wiggle room. It does allow that. So I'm just going to make sure that I have my box squared here in the back. And it does take a second, so you don't want to be too shifty with it because you could make it move. You want to really make sure that you know that you have that it has the grip that you want it and you have it lined up. Put some Tombow here, some Tombow here. Okay. And we're just going to line this corner up. It would be such a pretty box if I hadn't messed up my score lines. It's still going to be a pretty box because we're going to cover most of it anyway with the designer series paper and the layers. And this box will not be given to anybody because I messed up on it. So I'm not too worried about it. Then this is going to be our top, so we're going to put some Tombow on this one. And just square it up. Just a little bit too much Tombow. Okay, and then again on this tab. Okay. And just hold it until you have it, so you know that that Tombow is set a little bit. And then I just closed mine to add my layers, okay? So it looks pretty good. Now our layering pieces, the piece that's, oops, and I have Tombow in my hands and it just flipped all my cardstock over. So you're going to need for the lid, this is, what color did I use? Pool Party? Yes, Pool Party is, I made this almost a week ago, you guys. This Pool Party piece is 3 by 3. I just got home from work and thought I am going to get that video done today, and I really honestly should have prepared a little bit more than what I have, but you guys understand, right? At least I'm trying to get the video done for you guys. And then this piece of DSP is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and you're just going to layer it onto the piece of Pool Party. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit there. Then I have 4 strips of Pool Party, and they are cut at 1 1/4 by 3. And then I have 4 pieces of the DSP paper that are cut at 1 by 2 3/4. And what we're going to do, that one's got a mark on it, so we won't use that side. Not sure what that is. Let's go ahead and just layer these pieces. And then just kind of move it off to the side. Don't fuss with it too much because it'll shift on you. Okay. So you're just trying to center, get the DSP in the center with leaving just a little bit of a border, just like we do on our cards. And in case I forgot to mention you guys, that base is Lemon Lime Twist, our box base. Okay. Now I'm going to start, I think those are dry enough. We're just going to put some more snail or Tombow in the back. And then we're just going to layer them just like you do with your cards. Get them as straight as you can. Leave that little bit of a border top, bottom, and sides. Rotate it. And then you can kind of, once you get going, kind of eyeball it and try to get your bottom and your tops going at the same height. Just put that one on there. I'm just kind of checking to make sure that everything's looking okay. And then our last one. It kind of moved on me a little bit. The most important thing is once we start going, this is the front of the box, is make sure you know the orientation, the way it's going to open for when we put our flower on, okay? I'm just going to let that set up. So now I have a strip of Lemon Lime Twist, and this is what I'm going to use to stamp and then die cut the flowers. And then I have a couple of pieces of Whisper White scraps that I'm going to stamp each one of the flowers on, and then a strip of Whisper White I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. Okay, so I'm just going to move that over there for right now, and we'll get busy doing all of the stamping I was just talking about. So let's get our piercing mat. I'm going to take the leaf and a Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm just going to ink this up 3 times and stamp it. So we'll do 1, and you want to make sure that when you do this you're leaving enough room for that die to fit around in between each one. So let me, and then I'm just going to trim this so it'll fit on my Big Shot better. And let's go ahead and we'll stamp the sentiment next, since we have the key lime Lemon Lime Twist. I knew I was going to say key lime. I don't know why. And then we'll just ink up Glad We're Friends. And then we're just going to stamp that. And that. Nope, we got to do the flower yet. So let me, I'm going to banner this in just a minute. But for right now, we'll just set it out of the way. Let's bring in our flower image, and you're just going to stamp that right down on that piece of Whisper White. I'm going to lay that off to the side, and maybe close Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going to open Pool Party, but first I need to clean my stamp, so let's just clean that off. Okay. And I'm just going to do that a couple of times. I want to make sure I have it dry. And then we'll ink that up in Pool Party and stamp that down. Okay. Bring in the Big Shots. And there goes my Simply Chamois and my stamp set in the floor. Oops. Okay. We'll lay this down, and then we need to get this lined up. Alright, like that. I'm going to go ahead and trim one of those. And we'll put that right there. And I'm going to grab, maybe we won't trim that one, maybe we'll see. Let's see if it will cooperate and stay on there for us without moving. I can't see without getting my head in the camera. I hope that's okay, you guys. Wish me luck. Okay. Pop that off. Pop that off. Oops, we need this again, don't we? I think we do. If I would pay attention to what orientation I had this when I was going and stamping, it wouldn't take me so long to figure it out. There we go. Okay, and one more time. And I feel like that die is pulling. Hopefully it won't move. Seemed like I was right on a magnet. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. And we will put all my pieces if I can get them picked up. Okay. Let's move this in so we can kind of see what we're doing. I'm going to put the Wink of Stella on there last, you guys. So I'm going to grab some snail. And I'm just going to put just a little bit on the back. And we're going to overlap the flowers just a bit like this. And then you can kind of, make sure I have my box right, you can kind of place it to see where you're going to want your leaves. I think on this box I did 4, but I'm not going to go back. We'll just do 3 on this one, but you could absolutely do 4 if you guys wanted to. Let's kind of play with it and see. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I like that like that. So I'm going to just put some snail, and then we'll just layer those on like so. And then don't want that to stick. It's got a little bit of snail, but I'm just trying to see. I think I'm going to do it right where that little opening is right there. Kind of like that. Okay. Now you guys, I took my bone folder and I actually did it before I put the leaves. I just kind of curled the flowers a little. And like I said, it was easier if you did it before I put the leaves on, but I kind of forgot about that step. Okay. So now let's go ahead and pop some dimensionals on the back. I am going to have to open, and there goes my cord. Let me grab a new pack from my cabinet that I'm standing right in front of. I go through these things like candy, you guys. I cannot believe how many Stampin' Dimensionals I use. Okay, so I like to always make sure I put a dimensional when I have layering things on the back, just kind of like extra security that it's going to help keep that on there. So something like that. And I'm not going to adhere these down quite yet because we got to get our ribbon on. I'm going to go ahead and banner the ends of the sentiment. And you could do this with your scissors if you don't have this punch, you guys. It's not, I just don't do a very good job freehanding, so I love to use my little banner punch. And then I just kind of did one of these to break the fibers and give it a nice little curl. And then I put a dimensional on each end. Okay. Peel off your backing. And you want this to be, to get the ribbon and the flowers and everything in It's got to be down as closely as you can get it. So just kind of here, and then I just kind of pushed that up a little bit and put that down like that, okay? So then we're going to have our flower. You can kind of put it there. You could even put it here. But I'm going to kind of leave it oriented right there because we still have to get our ribbon around there, okay? But I am going to go ahead and adhere that so that way I know where my ribbon's going to go. This was my hardest decision, was trying to figure out where, because I knew I wanted ribbon on it. And that was like the trickiest thing, was trying to figure out the placement of the Pool Party ribbon. Okay, so we are going to use, I think this is the Shimmer Pool Party Shimmer ribbon. Okay, so what I did was just, you're just gonna set it right there. Oops, I feel like I have it twisted. I want to make sure I don't. Okay. Okay. And then kind of want to pull it off to that side a little bit. Gonna make our bow. I hope I left long enough of a tail, because on boxes I like to have just a little bit longer of a tail. We'll see here in a second what we think it looks like. Pull that one. Let's pull this one a little bit. That's good enough, I think. And then I'm just gonna trim this one. And I always like to banner the ends like that. So I'm just gonna, yep, that looks really good. I like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the enamel, glitter enamel dots. And I just used one of each color. Let me grab my piercing tool. Well, I just had it. What did I do with it, you guys? It always gets lost. Here it is. In the little compartment I keep it in, it just kind of like blends in with everything, so it makes it hard for me to find it. So I'm just going to take one of the lemon lime twist, put it there, and one of the, I'm calling it Pool Party because it blends so well, right there. Move those out of the way. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, oops, and unscrew it the wrong way. There we go. Now what I want to do is, I'm just going to kind of pull my ribbon back, and you don't have to get every little section of it. You just want enough of it, you know, I'm going all over the top of it to get that shine. And I didn't do the leaves, but you know, if you wanted to, just do just like right in the center where you have the veining around the corners. We'll just try it and just see what it looks like. Super cute. I like it. Okay, and then we'll just pop that ribbon right back where it goes. So there you guys go. This is my super cute box. I hope you guys love it. I absolutely love how, let me zoom in just a little bit. I love how this box turned out. And you can visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. I have all the supply list listed there. And I also have the card with the supply list if you guys are interested in that as well on my blog. And if you haven't already, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks, guys.